Hello, welcome to the comeback seat, Alexandra. How are you today?
Hi, I'm great. How are you doing?
I am good, good, good. I am talking to Miss Wheelchair Ohio. How awesome is that? Um, I want to, before I begin, I just wanted to tell the listeners a little bit about spinal bifida. You just went over that with me. I don't know if I said it correctly. But if you could tell our listeners a little bit about that and what age or if you're born with it, tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, definitely. So it's a condition I was born with called spina bifida, and it's essentially I was born with a hole in my back. So all of my nerves were kind of in a little pouch outside of my body, and it was diagnosed the moment I was born, and I had to have surgery like day one. So they like wrapped my back up, and I had surgery, and then I um, had to have a shunt placed, and that was also a surgery that I needed to have. And then I had a revision of that shunt because with spina bifida you could have like hydrocephalus, which is buildup of spinal fluid in the brain. So I have a shunt, and then I'm paralyzed from the knees down. So I've been a wheelchair user since I was 3 years old. I got my first wheelchair at 3. So yeah, I've been living with this disability for all of my life.
And did your parents know before you were, how old are you now?
I'm 30.
30, okay. You look fantastic. You look like you're 18. Now,
Oh
did
my
your parents
goodness.
know? And I want to
That
know
is
what foundation,
that's a
we
good
want to know
question.
what foundation where.
I'm pretty
I'm
sure
sorry,
they
what?
did know. Yeah, that I
Did they?
was
Okay.
yeah, I think the doctor, gave them like the rundown, like she probably won't be able to walk. She might have all these, comorbidities that come with the spina bifida. And yeah, from day one, they were pretty unfazed, I would say. I mean, obviously they were scared, I'm sure, but they were like, "Oh yeah, we have a kid with a disability that we can support her, and she can do whatever she wants." They instilled that in me from day one.
I love that. And now you're young. All you've known pretty much is being in a wheelchair.
Yep.
And so each phase, as you're growing and becoming an adult, I'm sure you get a different chair
Yes.
throughout your life. And then, how did you get involved with dancing?
So dancing, oh gosh, it's a fun story. So the Dancing Wheel School and Company were looking for kids to be in their ensemble for a show called The Snowman. It's this ballet based off of a book. And I was 5 years old, and my mom, I was, singing and dancing even before I got into a wheelchair, like on the floor, like jamming around, and with my sisters. I have two older sisters, so we were all musical from day one. And she really wanted me to be a part of not only a community of disabled people, but in the arts. So she saw Dancing Wheels, and she signed me up for classes when I was 5 years old.
Oh, so you were real little when you started dancing.
Yeah, I've been dancing all my life. I got in there when I was just a wee baby.
And you really promote that this helps you mentally, physically, and emotionally. How does that how does it fulfill you? Just is it like your therapy?
Yes. Yes. Dancing is 100% my therapy. Whatever emotion I'm feeling, if I'm like too sad to speak, if I feel excited, and if I have like this built up energy inside of me and I just need to get it out, I dance, and that just like fulfills my entire emotional need in my body, and I love it. It's so much therapy to me, and I really think that it's beneficial for everybody.
Yes, I am going to start dancing after this because I need some more jiggy life. I think it
Yes,
will
definitely, I recommend it.
I think it will help my balancing, that's for sure. And
Hmm.
then when did you get involved with Miss Wheelchair Ohio? Miss Wheelchair Ohio.
So actually, back in 2022, I met the Miss Wheelchair Ohio 2022, and she came up to me. We were at a disability rights event, and she came up to me and she was like, "Oh, you should, apply." And I was like, "No, I don't know if that's like for me." So, but like I kept it in the back of my head, and then 2025 in like I want to say November, October, I saw it, and they were doing like an online thing of like apply now, and so I saw that and I was like, oh yeah, I should finally do that, like 3 years later. So I applied, and then I did the whole competition in Ohio, and the rest is history.
And how many participants were there?
So besides me, there were three other girls who competed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you guys did you have a talent part and you did your dancing, or what was did they
No,
do
there
it like
was
a typical?
No, there was no talent portion. There was no like fitness wear or like bathing suit or like whatever. It was all based off of like what we know about disability advocacy, and also we had to give a speech and answer questions. There was two interview portions. So that was fun and scary, but there was a panel of judges that we had interviews, and yeah, it was all based off of our answers. And so there was like a point system, and whoever got the most points was awarded the crown.
And did you have to travel to it's located in Ohio, I'm assuming, but did you have to travel to this
Yeah,
where
so
the
it was in Bucyrus, Ohio. I don't know if you know where that is. I didn't know where it was before the competition, but it was like in the middle of nowhere, and it was actually in a hotel. So
oh,
we all stayed there, and it was a nice bonding thing where all the girls were like staying on the same floor, and we could like talk in between our interviews and go to dinner, and it was really nice. So yeah, it was all in a hotel.
very nice. And they sponsored it all for you guys, or did you guys go and get sponsors?
So for the Miss Wheelchair Ohio, we didn't need sponsors, but for Miss Wheelchair America, I raised funds myself because that was in Michigan. So I raised funds myself for that, and I got sponsors myself, and that was a fun process to do that.
That is awesome that you have a community that supports you too.
Yeah, that
Um,
it was very so amazing to have my community behind me for that.
yes. And are you living at home still, or where are you? Are you independent? Are you?
Actually, yes, I just moved into my new apartment for the first time on my own. And so this is like
Congratulations.
a whole new thing for me at 30 years old. I'm living on my own, and it's so exciting.
I bet. I bet. I always want to
Yeah.
go back home so I have to pay the bills, but there's there's a time in your life when you definitely enjoy being on your own, and
Yeah. And it's a fully accessible apartment. So in Ohio, we have maximum accessible housing. And so it's like apartments for people with disabilities. And so the kitchen is, I can fully use, and my bedroom and everything is fully accessible. It's really nice.
that is so awesome. I wish every state would have that. That's
Me
awesome.
too. Yeah, it's
And
really fun.
you talked about an emergency surgery in 2020. What happened?
Yeah, so in 2020, I had a pressure sore that got really, really bad, and it resulted in my bone getting infected, and it went into my blood as well, the infection. So I had to
Oh,
stay
goodness.
in the hospital for a while. And it was, during the pandemic, so I couldn't have visitors besides like my mom. And yeah, it was really isolating and really lonely, and it was the start of a really bad depression for me. So yeah, that was pretty bad.
And how long did it take you to heal and get out of the depression? And did you start dancing at that point to help you?
Yeah, so I don't actually I feel like that whole part of that my life was a bit of a blur. So I feel like it was a few months to
Yeah,
heal. And yeah, the one thing that kept me going was thinking about dance and thinking about
yeah,
like my next, dance class and choreographing, and while I was recovering, I had to sit on my side for months. So I was pretty much in my bed for months. And so I
Oh,
would just like
geez.
in my head be thinking about moving and dancing and moving my shoulders while I was in bed. And the thing that really helped me with my depression, it took a few months, but yeah, it was definitely dance that helped me.
And what does 2026 look like for Alexandra?
2026. Oh my gosh. I don't know. It looks like more opportunities. My reign ends in September, so I'm just gonna pack my days full of interviews and full of appearances and until I give up the crown to somebody else, which is gonna be so sad, but I'm excited to see what, somebody else can do with this crown and take on the legacy of Miss Wheelchair Ohio. But my 2026 is it's going to be full of so many opportunities for my reign until it ends.
So you have a lot of obligations right now with being Miss Wheelchair.
I do, yes, I do. So I have to do 2 appearances a month,
Okay.
and it's a lot of communicating through email, communicating through social media. I have to find the the locations and the people to sign up myself. So I don't really have help. I mean, my family helps me, which is really nice. They have like a little spreadsheet my sister's made to help me out to remind me of like who to send emails to and who to do that to. But it's a lot of communicating that I didn't have the skills to do before Miss Wheelchair Ohio. Like before Miss Wheelchair
Yeah.
Ohio, I would like think about sending an email and I'd be like, no, I don't want to do that. So that I think Miss Wheelchair Ohio has helped me. I would say, for lack of a better term, be annoying. And like communicating to people and reaching out. But yeah, it's been fun.
It's taught you to be an extrovert, right?
Yes, exactly. Yes, 100%.
And is this your full-time job then?
Yeah, I'm not paid, but it is definitely a full-time gig
A
at the
commitment
moment.
to
I would
clients?
say, yeah,
And do
it
you
takes
have
up.
a, go
I
ahead.
don't have a job currently, no, but
Okay.
Miss Wheelchair Ohio does take up most of my time.
And if there's people out there that are wanting to get involved with competition, Miss Wheelchair in different states, where do they go to find the information?
So you can go on the website, Miss Wheelchair Ohio. I think it's .org because it's an organization. Or feel free to DM me or Laura Sykes. She's the state coordinator of Miss Wheelchair Ohio, Laura Sykes. She's really nice. She's my state coordinator. I love her. She's amazing. But yeah, the Miss Wheelchair Ohio email I think goes to her. So if you have any questions or anything, the email is on the Miss Wheelchair Ohio website. Or yeah, they can DM me.
Okay. And is there one organization that you want to give a shout out to for the disabilities that you work with?
Oh my goodness, there.
Or
I
do
feel
you have some?
like a bunch just entered my brain, but one organization that means the world to me is Youth Challenge. They're a nonprofit organization that works with kids and adults with disabilities, and they do recreational programs. I'm part of their boccia team, so I do sports with them, and they really helped me to grow as a human. I started with them when I was 3 years old, along with dancing wheels. So they helped me, it shaped me into the human that I am today.
Yeah. And are
Yeah.
you wanting to go and work somewhere? I'll put that, by the way, I'll put the East Challenge you said, nonprofit.
Youth. Youth
You,
challenge.
East Youth Challenge. I'll put a link there too. I'll get a link
Oh,
from you.
great.
But do you want to get? Do you see yourself? I mean, this your Miss Wheelchair sounds like it's a lot. And do you want to go into working somewhere? Are
Yeah,
you?
I would love to. I mean, I've worked in museums and I've done a lot of like secretarial work, and I just love working with the public. And I actually just applied for a job to do like a disability manager or something for a company. So hopefully I'll hear back from them, and it'll be a good. I have an interview with them on Saturday, so hopefully that'll be good. But yeah,
Well,
I would love to have a job and work.
I will wish you luck on that day. But I was gonna say, have you applied for Dancing with the Stars? I mean, you are a star. You're Miss
Dancing with the
Wheelchair.
Stars? Oh my gosh,
Right.
no, I haven't. That would be
I will.
amazing.
I think that would be amazing, and I think that would definitely give a shout out to the disability that we can do anything, right?
Yeah, 100%. I know. I would love to see a person with a disability on Dancing with the Stars. I know somebody with a disability was on So You Think You Can Dance. So that was amazing. But
I think
yeah,
you should apply. I think you should definitely apply.
thank you. I will keep that in mind for sure. If I make, Miss Wheelchair Ohio like more popular, I think I could be a celebrity. Who knows?
Well, you are a celebrity in my eyes and our listeners.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What do you want to tell? What is the takeaway you would like to tell our listeners today that might be struggling or might be pregnant with a baby with spinal bifida? Bifida? I'm so
Spina
sorry.
bifida. No, you're totally fine.
Uh, is it a rare? I mean, what is the takeaway? What can you tell us
So
and
the
educate?
takeaway I would say is don't assume what I mean, I know doctors are always like they might not be able to do this, they might not be able to do that, they can't, might not be able to live a full life, but I would just say take it day by day and work with your doctors and just assume that your child can do whatever they want to and live a normal life, because spina bifida isn't like a death sentence. It's not the end. With wheelchairs give us so much freedom, and some people with spina bifida they can walk as well. It's called the snowflake disease because no two people are the same with spina bifida. There are different levels of spina bifida, so it depends. And I would say keep an open mind.
Got it. Well, Alexandra, it was great meeting you today. I've been, like I told you, I've been excited to meet with you, and you're you're an amazing human being to me. And again,
Thank you.
I hope we can revisit again and watch your you crowning another Miss Wheelchair Ohio. I look forward to watching that, and it's a whole beauty pageants and all that are a whole nother world. It's a lot of work to me. And I grew up
Yeah,
watching America. And
I would agree. It's definitely a whole other world, but I love it. I have the pageant bug. I want to do another pageant. I think I love them so much.
well, maybe you could work with the pageants then.
Yeah, maybe. That could definitely be
Yeah.
an idea. For sure.
So thank you. And I'm gonna walk over here. I'll probably edit this part out, but I'm gonna go and stop it.
Okay.
And let's see.